On to front page for Matty Dale.
Well, he's an interesting runner. I think we all thought he'd be a lot shorter than what he is. So interesting to see what Shani has to say about him. It's the same old profile for him, a decent spell, 126 days, one trial, 9-year-old, similar setup to previous years, except he's a year older. So everything looks sweet for him. He should be hard enough to beat.
He's just a ball of muscle. They've put as much work possible to getting him fit for this first up assignment. He races so well fresh. Look at him marching around the yard. He's absolutely owning it. You would not know he's a 9-year-old.
Number 2 is Bandy's boy, Zach Purton and Danny Williams.
Got the big odds here, 30-1. He's got the blinkers on. He's 5 weeks and 2 trials since last start. He can be, he can be a hot and cold horse, but he's good enough on his day, and I thought his latest trial was pretty good.
I know he's had a little bit of a freshen up, but he does have the fitness edge on some of his rivals here. He's just absolutely glowing. He's got a beautiful, healthy coat. He's all dappled up. He's looking as good as I've ever seen him.
Compelling Truth, number 3, Adam Hieronymus and Matt Griffith.
He was very good behind Angel Capital 2 starts back, and that form has to be good form for a race like this. And then he just burnt around in the shorts to keep him active for this. I thought he should be. He gets a nice enough run and should be around the mark here.
He didn't look out of place in the shorts when he stepped out here. That was just a run to keep him ticking over. He's a gross doing gelding. He carries a lot of weight, but he's been trained up to the minute.
Melody again, Christian Reith and Scotty Singleton.
She's 154 days off one trial. She resumes off 2 wins and 1 at Group 3 level in the Dark Jewel. So she's... I thought she was very keen in her most recent trial, so hopefully she relaxes better than that, being fresh here.
She's a lovely, big, strapping mare. You have to look at her and you can see she's got so much size about her. She's often one that can get up on the toe, so if she does, we're not worried about that. She's keeping her cool at the moment, but Scott's got her looking impeccable.
Golden Decade, number 5, Mick Dion for Matty Dunn.
Yeah, 5 weeks in a trial since last start. The stables speak highly of him, but he probably needs to produce a career best to win this.
He's at his peak now. It's been a long time since we've seen him in Sydney, but he couldn't look any better.
Here's Boston Rocks, Tommy Berry and Matty Dale.
I like the setup. At least he has a recent run under his belt, which I liked. It was a good run in a solid race too. So barrier 1 gets a pretty good run in the right spot here, and he'll run well. I love the setup.
He needed the run at Rosehill 2 starts ago. I love the way he'd come on, and when we saw him stepping out here last time, it was just the run he needed to top him off beautifully for today.
Now to Gallant Star, number 7, Zach Lloyd and Brett Robb, 6th in this race last year.
Yeah, he's been given good trials, two winning trials, good genuine country horse. He's usually good fresh as a rule, lovely draw, and he's sure to keep them honest. Exactly
right. I think the freshness in his legs is what he needed, especially over the 1200. He's probably more a 14 horse, but they've kept him over this trip here. Looking great. The trials have topped him off beautifully. He's just a horse that's matured into a really nice gelding.
Here's the big chestnut from Inverell, number 8, Liz Tomania, Kieran McAvoy riding for Todd Payne.
Yeah, he's on the toe. He's won a trial at Newcastle. He was very good in the country championships earlier this year. The main concern is he's sharp enough for the 1200. He tries hard.
He's nice and fresh, which he needs to be, because he's another one that probably prefers a little bit longer journey, but he's trained up to the minute as well. 1 tick over trial, 1 trial to get him ready for this, sees him ready.
So magnificent, Billy Owen about to mount up here for Todd Smart.
Yep, 42 days since the highway win last start. He looks a horse with plenty of upside. It's just if he's a year short of this race, so he adds a bit of interest with that winning strike rate.
He's the new kid on the block, and I must say I thought he was quite forward when he presented here before that little bit of a let-up, but he's come on so much. He looks a completely different horse.
So magnificent. Now we go to Highway Strip, Chad Schofield and Danny Williams.
Yeah, wow. I'm sure I saw $61 earlier in the week about this horse. He's $16 or $17 now. He is a bit of an enigma. He's had the 42 days off, 2 trial wins. He's a frustrating horse who promises so much but just does too much wrong. If he happens to put his mind on things, he's more than capable.
If only he did out on the track what he does in the yard. He's asleep in the yard and he's quite quirky on the track. I love the little bit of a gear change for him. He's always an impressive type. He's big, he's strong, he's moving around beautifully. I know he's at big odds, but he looks better than his price suggests.
Clear Thinking, number 11, Tyler Schiller for Paul Massara and Leah Gavranich.
Yeah, I love the look of the 53.5 kilos with her here first up. She's had 2 preparations for one of them both fresh. In both preparations, she's won first up. The blinkers are on, the tongue tie's on, latest trial was good. I know she's a 6-year-old mare, but she's still got plenty more to come. I think she's charging late over the top of them.
I really grew to like her last preparation. She's just furnished each time you see her. She too has had 3 trials to get ready. She's in a beautiful order. She's nice and settled, but a bit of a pep in a step, which is what you want to see.
Another mare is without parallel, Craig Williams and Matt Dunn.
49 days, a bell and a trial win since last start. She's a mare who here, but the marketplace has loved her all week. She was 25 to 1 in to about $7 or $8 this morning.
I saw her for the first time at Rosehill, actually. She's not a big, strong mare by any means. She's neat, she's compact, she looks to have done really well in the interim. She's travelled back well, she's nice and bright.
Chidiac for Brett and Georgie Kavanagh. Jason Collett with the ride.
Nice mare, presents well. Form around her that Flying Monty Supreme of late, so that has to stand for something. Place chance at odds.
She only needs to bring her run from 2 starts to go to be competitive. I thought she was a touch disappointing last time out, but she looked great. I had her on top from the yard, and she hasn't gone backwards in terms of the way she presents.
And the last horse into the field, the last horse picked, So You, Pence, Ash Morgan, Maddie Dale.
Yeah, a month since and a Maria trial since that first up run. She's talented, but there's a lot more depth here.
She's a bit of a moody type of mare. She can get like this. I've seen her get a little bit full of herself as she heads out onto the track. That's just her, but there's nothing wrong with her condition.
Corey, we're about to launch into the first of 3 1,200-metre races coming up. Big field in the Cossie, big field in the Sydney Stakes leading into the Everest. How are you looking at this race?
It's going to be a battle of tactics, but look, I had Front Page down first. I just thought he looked outstanding in the yard. He paraded really, really well. First time I've seen him right up into the bridle. He's one of those horses, he's a bit older now. I just expecting him to relax down a bit, but he was up in the bridle. Then I got Gallant Star in my eye, and then Melody again walked past me. She looked a lot fitter today than what she did second up at Scone when I tipped in the Dark Jewel. Yes, it was winter time. She obviously had a lot more hair on her, but today she just looked outstanding. She was up on the toes. She needs a little bit of luck. She needs something to drag her into the race from a back marking position, but she gets any sort of luck, I think she's going to be very hard to beat.
Chantel Buckley.
Clear Thinking, horse 11. It was honestly a really hard yard because of all these horses. It's their grand final. They've been trained up for this, but I am going with her. As I said, I really fell in love with her last preparation. I've just followed her right the way through, and there was nothing wrong with her parade first up.
I am 11, 1, 3 and 2. I'm with the mare here, Clear Thinking. In an ideal world, probably would have liked a little jar out of the track for her with that lightweight 53 and a half is just jumping out at me. She's been prepared well with a good few trials, and she looks fit enough to run boldly here. Just needs a back to follow, I'd say. She's drawn 13 or 14 here, so it's not going to be easy for Tyler, but if things fall into place for her, I just think she surges into this race late and be hard to hold out. I think Front Page has got to really big odds. Yeah, I think he looks good. The old boy is as good as ever, so no problems there. Compelling Truth maps well on the speed, and Bandy's Boy 50 to 1, 40. Someone's realised that he's 40s now. So I think that's big odds. 11, 1, 3 and 2. Tim?
Just quickly, the Tab Takeover has now sold out, so the $10 about Fangirl has reached its liability limit. That has now sold out. To the Cossie and Ronnie's tip, Clear Thinking heavily backed here. $6 Wednesday, $4.60 into $3.80 today. It's our worst way and best back. My early fave Front Page, $2.80 on Wednesday, was all the way out to $4.80 this morning. He's a firmer today, just starting to see some money, $4.80 into $4.20. He's starting to get back in. Gallant Star, a good go all week, 11 Wednesday, 6 into $5.50 today. He's the second best back runner in the race behind Clear Thinking. Without parallel, big firm early in the week, 26 into 8. She's back out to a $12 chance, getting a little bit soft. Other firmers, Boston Rocks, 15 into 13. Highway Strip, they just keep backing it, 51 all the way into $14. So You Pence, also a big firmer, 51 into $23. Compelling Truth, he's been very, very soft in betting, 6 all the way out to 14. But best back in the Cossie, Clear Thinking, your $3.75, and Gallant Star, your $5.50 third pick. They're the two best back. Front Page, the horse we like.
Who will join Bellflyer, Handle the Truth, It's Me, Art Cadeau, Far Too Easy as winners of the Kosciuszko? Or will Front Page win it for a third time? The only horse to win it twice. They're loading in well for the $2 million Kosciuszko. Tickets bought right throughout the state, a ticket draw. Ticket winners got to pick a horse to run for them in their slot. There's Listomania from Inverell going in. And we're just about set for $2 million worth of Kosciuszko. Here's Darren.
Meters stand by, gates are back and they're off and racing. So Magnificent Jump really sharply wide out. Compelling Truth right there. So Front Page, he's splitting the pair in third. Without Parallel improving from Boston Rock. So You Pence, Bandy's Boy being sent forward around the field. Gallant Star in the middle of the pack. They're followed by Chidiac. Highway Strip a bit keen. Two further back to Golden Decade. Clear Thinking well back third last from Liz to Mania. And Melody again. So Magnificent under siege. Bandy's Boy charging up the outside. Front Page poking through the middle. Then came Compelling Truth. Gallant Star out wide. Around Without Parallel. Further back to Chidiac. Boston Rocks the fence in the blue cap as they straighten up. And So Magnificent just in front. Off Front Page who ambles up on the outside. Bandy's Boys battling away. Without Parallel looking for room. Chidiac's running on well down the outside of Gallant Star. Front Page takes the lead at the 200 from Chidiac. Getting a run now is Clear Thinking bursting through. It's Chidiac and Clear Thinking. Clear Thinking from a mile back. What a great performance to win the Kosciuszko. Gallant Star may have nosed out Chidiac for second. Then So You Pence, Liz 2 Mania, Boston Rocks heading the rest. Front Page just couldn't see it out today from Melody again. So Magnificent Without Parallel. A gap to Compelling Truth. Boy, Bandy's Boy did some work from Golden Decade and Highway Strip. That's been a win.
A lightly raced 6-year-old mare, having only her 7th start today, has won the Kosciuszko. It's 5 out of 7 now for this mare. Clear Thinking. It brings up a big double for the Masara Gavranich team. They won the country championships with Know Thyself, and now they've won the other big country-only race with Clear Thinking, and those colours have had a month. Autumn Glow carried them to win an Epsom, and now Clear Thinking wins a Kosciuszko. 11 beats Gallant Star, and Chidiac third. Listomania has come from a mile back, like the winner, to run fourth.
That was a brilliant ride, an absolute brilliant ride. I know everything fell into place. He got the dream result when there was unexpected pressure come from So Magnificent there, but when the gaps opened for her, with that lightweight, she just drove through there, and everything went absolutely perfect for her, Corey.
Ronnie, I think he won the race at about the 300-metre mark. He had the opportunity, I reckon, to come out further around the runners, but he decided to pick the eyes out of it and go back towards the inside and go through the middle of them. But an absolute 10 out of 10 there by Tyler Schiller. He was back in the field. Like you said, there was a lot of unexpected tempo in the race. We knew there was good tempo with Front Page, but they just kept banging it on. The more they got into the race, the faster it becomes. So, terrific ride, well set up, but yeah, I think the ride won the race.
Well, he's in for hopefully a big day. It started off really well. He rides Briasa in the Everest. Here's Tyler.
You're a homegrown country boy, Tyler, so I know the Kosciuszko means a lot to you, and that's your third one now on a mare that we probably haven't seen the best of yet.
Yeah, definitely. She probably had the benefit of having lightweight today, but Paul's a great trainer. He knows his horse, and she's had a big spell there. Blinkers on, fast run race. It just suited perfectly, and to her credit late, she had to take a few tight runs and she burst through with plenty left.
She needed a bit of luck from that draw, but her whole career she really hasn't had a lot go her way.
Yeah, definitely. She's always had to do it tough, and especially up in stakes grade. She's run some terrific races there, which I'm sure she can come and make amends this prep. She feels like she's going well enough to definitely knock off a bit of black type.
For sure, and you must be excited, looking to do what Craig Williams did last year and get the Kosciuszko Everest double.
Yeah, that'd be terrific. The 2 mountain trophies would look good on the mantelpiece, but hopefully everything can go to plan like that, and I'm sure Paul and his team will have a big celebration. I'm very grateful for the ride.
Good on you, Tyler.
Thank you.
Are in the yarn for race 4 here at Eagle Farm, an open handicap over 1,000 metres. Party for 2, your $2.10 favourite. Let's start with It's Our Time, Pat Webster and Jai Williams.
Wanted to see a market move for this guy. He's been a quality horse for a long time. His last win was the Standish at Flemington in January. Came up here, King of the Mountain and the Archer. had a couple of recent trials actually. Seems to be going okay, but no market movers yet.
4.5 lengths Jolly Stars looking all right in the form book, isn't it? Okay, what about Manhood? Annabelle and Rob Archibald, Jag Guthman Chester?
He usually goes well fresh. I tend to like him when he can get into a race where he can dominate, put himself in the right spot, and I don't know that that's going to happen here with him. He has trialled nicely though. He was third in a recent trial. He led, let one go, and he wasn't really asked. So he's back in good form.
Is the favourite, Party for Two, Tony Gollan, Ryan Maloney?
Where is she? Yeah, she's really enjoying her racing at the moment. She's not big, but she's round, and she loves taking control of her races, and she'll attempt to do that here, though she might have a bit of company, can't fall to form at all.
Maximum Output, Kendrick and McMurray?
Flying this horse. I don't think that he's gone better, having won his last two. Where does he position from that gate? I don't know. Does he go forward, or does he let a couple kick up and go? He's in good form, though.
Flag Hall, Michael Freedman, CJ Graham.
Want to have a look at him again. He was off the bit chasing first up in the Navy on the Highway race. It was run at a frenetic tempo, but just looking elsewhere today.
Hermanita, Chris and Corey Muntz, Talia of Finland.
Certainly respecting the stable. She's first up, coming off a couple of nice trials. I just think, you know, she might not be sharp enough for the 1,000 here.
Hurts So Good, Tony Gollan, Ben Thompson.
Excellent record here. 3 starts, 3 wins this track and distance. So that's what it's all about. 1,000 at Eagle Farm gets it today.
And here's Holy Racket, Mark Curry, Georgie Cartwright.
Yeah, he's first up. He won a couple of trials at Gatton and Warwick. Got plenty of speed. They've taken the winkers off him. I expect him to kick up and probably try and hold the lead.
All right, that's how the sprinters looked in the yard. She's a bit easy. Party for Two now, $2.25. Good move for Holy Racket, sporting the rugged look today, Maxie.
Yeah, nice and quiet. This boy returning. Got a lot of speed. I think he'll look to hold the lead, and that could upset Party for Two. It could be the reason why she's drifting a little bit. There's a lot of money for him to suggest he's hard to beat here, the 8. I'm with him. Over 7 Hurts So Good to hit the line hard. 3 Party for Two and 4 Maximum Output.
Here's Tim for a market update.
Yeah, punters are with Maxi here. Holy Racket's been a good go all week. $9 on Wednesday, $7.50 into $4.40 today. The favourite just eases a little bit, now out to a $2.25 chance from $1.80 on Wednesday. The other horse has been really well backed. Hurts So Good, 12 into $5.50. So a couple backed to beat the fave, Eagle Farm Race 4.
Outside barrier. Now Maximum Output goes up. The line's right for the 4th. They're ready to break. Starter turns on the red light, picks up the button. All set, they're off and racing. And Party for Two began well. Holy Racket began a little better. Manhood trying to push between the pair. Then came on settling down Maximum Output, rushing around the outside. Then Hermanita, Flag Hall, Hurts So Good, tucking in behind the speed. And It's All Our Timers last of all. Holy Racket keeps out Party for Two. 3 wide Maximum Output. He's exposed even wider Flag Hall. 4 deep. Look at Hurts So Good. Just coiled up and ready to go near the fence. Needs some room to move. Then Manhood, Hermanita. And last of all, It's Our Time. In the straight now, 300 left to Rana, and Holy Racket led the way from Party for Two. Maximum Output, despite a wide Rana, is challenging strongly. Hurts So Good coming up on the inside. Party for Two on the outside, laying the law down to Holy Racket, who's in for the fight. Hurts So Good just behind them. Holy Racket, Party for Two. Party for Two, Holy Racket. Holy Racket, Party for Two. Headed to the line. She's too good. She's too good. Party for Two beat Holy Racket. Hurts So Good at its chance. Then Manhood, followed by It's Our Time, Maximum Output, Hermanita and Flag Hall last home.
Right, 3 is the winner, Party for Two. She didn't get the picnic today. No picnic, but she still wins it. She's beaten Holy Racket, who really made her work for that victory, and then Hurts So Good, and then Manhood, 3, 8, 7 and 2. That's been a tip-top performance by Party for Two. She's made it the hat trick. She went up 4 kilos on the last start win. She worked in the death seat, but too good. So 3 beats 8, 7 and 2 after race 4 at Eagle Farm as we head to Newcastle.
Runners in the yard at Newcastle. We've got a provincial benchmark 64. This is over the 900 metre dash. Belinda, we start with the Newcastle specialist. He loves this joint nose statement. Number 1 for Mike Van Gestel and Matty Owen.
Yeah, he certainly is. He loves it here. He's a 14 times winner overall. He has excellent tactical speed, a bit of a claim and inside gate. Hard to rule him out here.
Number 2 is a 12 for Lonte. These days with Chris Lees. Will Stanley claims 2.
Yeah, former Hayes galloper. Beautiful style of gelding. I thought there was a bit of merit in the recent trials. He brings different form lines. Awkward gate to overcome, but I think he's got a bit of class.
On to the 3 we go. This is Lean to the Moon. First up are Ange Davies and Andrew Gibbons.
Well, hasn't she developed this preparation? Beautiful type. This lean machine mare. She's turned out in tip-top order. Awkward gate to overcome, and whether the 900 is short of her best, but I wouldn't at all be surprised to see her run well.
On to Shambretta then. Number 4 first up. Kim Wall, Keegan Latham.
Yeah, another cracking top. He's had one trial back where he was run second to Shadows of Love. I wouldn't at all be surprised to see him be right in the finish from the soft gate.
Paul Perry with a couple of runners. Firstly, number 5, Princess Cruiser. Sienna Grima claiming 3.
Recent form's a little mixed. Last start was a touch better. Drawn awkwardly, so I'm thinking she'll go back from there. The claims are past. Look for her closing off late.
Number 6 is the consistent singing star, Damien Lane, Aaron Bullock.
Yeah, she's doing a great job, probably racing in career best form. I thought she was pretty good without luck here last start. Astute rider on board. I think if she gets the breaks today, she'll be very close in the finish.
Ocean Joy comes here second up, number 7 for Mark Menavini and Molly Fitzgerald.
Yeah, pretty well supported when a touch disappointing their first up at Musselbrook, but she did improve sharply second up into the preparation last prep. So that's usually the makeup of the Menavini gallopers. She looks terrific. I wouldn't be surprised to see her improve out of sight here.
On to number 8 we go. Mr. Trackside. It has been spec first up. Paul Perry, Shea Wilkes.
Yeah, he's a first up winner in the past, and he typically runs his best races at home. He's first up. He's had a pair of trials. I would say he has a slight bit of improvement to come in the coat, but I wouldn't be surprised to see him finishing off well with a claim.
On to the 9, Kev's Girl, Mark Chevalier, Louis Bozelin.
He doesn't win out of turn, but she was pretty good. 14th the trip in behind Welcome Gypsy here last start. She draws an inside gate. She looks well. Surely she gets more luck.
And Will and Gale, number 10 is the last of them, with Paul Perry and Jess Taylor.
Yeah, probably not going well enough, and overall win record doesn't stand out.
Favourite here, Lean to the Moon, first up at $2.60. The second elect at $5 no statement. Then out to Ocean Joy, $6.50 and $8 for Singing Star. Late mail time, Belinda, they're at the gates.
Very open race. I've gone looking for a bit of value and landed on the 2 at 12 for Lonte, newcomer to the Chris Lees stable, former Hayes galloper. The 2 trials have been encouraging. Awkward draw to overcome, and he may want further in time, but I'm expecting him to sprint well first. And at that price, I thought he was worth a throw at the stumps on an each way basis.